Okay, so I guess then we'll go to one bar because you guys had the bye week and you guys got the game of the week, man. I mean, this is a close spread. Philly Vikings. I'm gonna be honest, one bar before you go here. I'm liking Minnesota. I'm all Philly completely. This feels like Philly when they were heading to the playoffs and they got smoked by Tampa Bay. And it was like, okay, they just keep losing every game. I get the sense Philly's gonna start doing that, and it's just starting now. I think this is a great spot for Minnesota. But one bar, how are you feeling about this one?
Man, I mean, Philly just seems like a mess. I mean, right now, 2-game losing streak, just lost to the Giants. I mean, as a Philly fan, that's just absolutely gotta hurt. I mean, I see this as a monster game for both the Eagles and the Vikings. The Eagles, like, they got to right the ship. They got to get morale going before the wheels just completely fall off. And the Vikings, from their standpoint, it's basically like they're 3-2. They've been overseas for the last 2 games. They finally get a noon game, which just seems weird right now. I mean, it's the Vikings need to come in and show what they got. Like, it's either shit or get off the pot. So far at 3-2, they have a winning record, but they've had some horrible moments and they've had some good moments. It's like a win like this at home could really help put them on the map. And obviously a 4-2 record would be nice going into that short week Thursday game against the Chargers. But Vikings wise, well, actually, starting with the Eagles, I mean, there's like I said, there's no doubt that the talent is there. What's going on with him is just a mystery. They got some injury issues. It looked like today that Carter is going to be back. Quinyon Mitchell practiced. Dickerson, he practiced. So we'll see if those guys actually go. Obviously, if they are out, that's even going to be a bigger hit to the Eagles. But the Eagles haven't been able to run the ball. Even against the Giants, it seemed like watching that game, it seemed like their players didn't even want to be there. It's just a weird feeling. And the Vikings need to take advantage of that. They need to come out firing right out of the gate. The big question for the Vikings is going to be that quarterback position. Is it going to be Carson Wentz? Is it going to be JJ McCarthy? They keep saying, they're not going to put McCarthy out there until he's 100%. Today, McCarthy at his press conference said he's not 100%. So I don't know if he's showing his cards there or whatnot. I think if McCarthy is a seasoned vet, there's no question they're going to put him out there. They got this dude they're just putting baby gloves on him, which I get. So I do expect it to be Carson Wentz, regardless of who it's going to be. Like, there's going to be opportunity there, even if Mitchell plays, which he probably will play. I mean, they got Adoree Jackson on the other side, one of the worst rated corners in the league right now. They got Keely Ringo in their secondary as well. So, they might go all in on Justin Jefferson, but I like my chances with Jordan Addison against an Adoree Jackson. The biggest keys to the game is to come out firing. The Eagles, like I said, Barkley hasn't been doing his thing. They haven't been running the ball very well. But if the Eagles get up early, even a little bit, and we give them the opportunity to run the ball, Vikings have been giving up some yards on the ground. So we don't even want to give them the opportunity to do that because Barkley will get his going. So the Vikings got to come out. They just got to go for the throat. There's nothing better than beating the Eagles. The Eagles are the worst. I love beating the Eagles. There's nothing better. Watching Nick Sirianni out there just losing his shit on the sidelines is beautiful. But it will be a tough task. Vikings got to get the run game going. They got to go for the throat. Justin Jefferson's got to have a big game. Jordan Addison has to have a big game. For the Vikings, that bye week, we're getting Blake Cashman back. That's going to help the run defense immensely. With him out there, it is night and day. Donovan Jackson, first-round guard, will be back as well. This offensive line is finally getting healthy, which will be a big deal. They'll have to be hopefully Jordan Mason can get his stuff going. But it's going to be – I do actually think the Vikings are going to win at home. But they got some stuff to clean up. Penalties, they've been a disaster at penalties. Jalen Hurts has been sacked, 18, 20 times, something like that this year. They got to keep that going. So they got to put it in Jalen Hurts' hands to beat us. And if they do that, I feel like we will be able to put him on the ground and just get the dub and go 4-2. So I think it'll be close. I see Will Reichard coming out at the end, Jake Moody-esque, and getting the game-winning field goal, 24-21 against the Eagles, and the Eagles will get their third loss in a row, and Philly will absolutely implode.
Real quick, one bar, because I'm sure you hit on it. I just missed it. JJ McCarthy. Is he playing this weekend? And then also, just one update, on Dallas Turner. Is he cooking this year or what?
Dallas Turner's doing fine. I mean, obviously, trading up to get him, the expectations are just high as hell right now. I think he's got a sack. We want more from him. Andrew Van Ginkel has been out. We need more. We need more pressures. But when you look at the time, actually, when they're blitzing him, it's a very low percentage, which is weird. Like Brian Flores, you think you just say every time, you just say, go get the quarterback. And that is not the case. They're doing that with Jonathan Grenard. So it's weird. So like, if you say how's he doing, I'd say he's doing fine. He's not. He ain't doing great. He ain't doing horrible. We need more from Dallas Turner. We need more. I want more. We need some sacks. Put him on the ground. So yeah, JJ McCarthy. I think it's gonna be Carson Wentz. He's practicing, but like I said, he came out at the press conference today and said he's not 100% yet. And when you got a high ankle sprain, you're a quarterback that relies on your mobility. Like, do you toss him out there? If he's not 100%, I'm putting Carson Wentz out there all day long. Philadelphia revenge game. Carson Wentz will either go out there and make a fool of himself or just make Philly fans wish they weren't watching the game. So I don't think it comes down to the quarterback who plays on Sunday, to be honest with you. They got to get the ball out to their receivers and attack that secondary and find a Dory Jackson and throw it every damn time that way.
All right. Well, let's build on that. Nick, do you think the Vikings are going to win this game? I mean, what do you think, man? What's going on with Philly?
No, Philly just looks lost right now. I think that there's some locker room issues right now. I think that there's just some miscommunications. I think Minnesota can win this game. Like coming off the bye, I think Minnesota's, one bar, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that they have some guys returning. I think Philadelphia also they haven't looked like themselves, and maybe this could be it. Like, they finally might have lost their mojo, and this is a game where Minnesota can come in, win. They're obviously sitting at 3-2, so they've won some good ball games so far. I really think that Minnesota is going to win this one. I think it'll be a close one, but I got Minnesota winning 24-17.
Okay, that's wild. It seems wild. Bass, what do you think?
Yeah, so as much as like it'd be, I hate the Eagles too, don't get me wrong. But as much as I'd love to sit and take Minnesota here, I just feel like the Eagles could have some type of bounce back game here. 2-game skid. I think it would be fun to have like a Carson Wentz legacy game, right? Like against his former team and whatnot. But I feel like I just don't know if that's in the case for him. Like, I just don't know if that's in the cards for him. Excuse me. So I don't know. Eagles do look sloppy, but I think the recency bias of that Giants game just all has us picking against them, and fair. Like, it's completely fair. I mean, the Giants shouldn't have done what they did to the Philadelphia Eagles, but I think Sirianni is a good coach. They have a lot of ball players. I think they're finally going to start really leaning into Saquon running the football, and if they do find success there. But I do like the matchup, Flores versus Jalen Hurts. I do really like it, but I feel like I see a Philadelphia Eagles bounce back game, and I actually have the same score as Nick, just in reverse. So I have the Eagles 24-17.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'll wrap it up because I'm with you, one bar. I think they're going to be good this weekend. I don't buy into Philadelphia. I think it's over. I think they're going to miss the playoffs this year. I'm probably definitely overreacting, but I think this thing that. But yeah, I think this thing's going straight downhill, man. I think this will be a rough. I can see them losing pretty handily in this game. Like, I don't think Minnesota's at that point right now where I think like where they were last year. I think last year's Minnesota beats this team by like 2 touchdowns. But this year, I think they win it handily. I'm going to take them by 7 in this game, kind of like we've been across the board here. I'll go 27-20 in this one. Okay, so with that, let's go to the next one because the Bears, Nick, did you say they won 3 in a row?
Three in a row. And back-to-back 1-point wins.
Okay, but now you got your hands full. Now you got the Saints. Okay, so good luck with that, first off. I'll start with you, man. I mean, is this 4 in a row? I mean, it feels like it's lined up for that, but maybe this is the trap game, as they say.
No, I hope it's not a trap game. It's at home because, and it's a rare home game because the Bears never seem to play at home and the Packers always seem to play at Lambeau. But they have a lot of savvy veterans. Dennis Allen's revenge game. His old team used to be the head coach of before he got canned. I think that Dennis Allen has been watching the Saints. Ben Johnson talked about it today in his presser saying that, listen, we're ready for anything. We know what they're capable of. They know what they're capable of. We can't take this one lightly. And for me, I think that the Bears need to just keep pedal to the metal, keep playing what they're playing. They're confident right now. They can't get overconfident. So, I mean, there's a lot of veterans on that Saints side of the ball. I think that what's going to happen in this one is going to be closer. It's going to be another close game. That just seems to be the theme of the Bears this year. It is at home, though. The crowd, Chicago's electric, by the way. I've been wearing this every single time I go to the office after a win, undefeated with that. And just going around the city, 2 days after the win, and everyone's in blue and orange. So players know it. The city knows it. Soldier Field's going to be rocking. We have a really healthy roster right now. We still haven't heard back on the DJ Moore situation. He was kept overnight in Washington, D.C. after the game due to a groin injury. Don't know the severity of it. They didn't really hit on it today, but hopefully everything's fine. I'm excited for this one, and I got the Bears obviously winning this one. I don't think it's going to be as much of a blowout as you would expect with the Saints, but I think it's going to be a nice 10-point victory by Chicago.
Interesting. Now, real quick, just as a side note, because like this is kind of, I mean, I guess it's not new. Last year you guys got out too hot start. Are you guys talking trade deadline targets? Like, is that the mode you're in right now?
Yeah, there's been a couple linked to the Bears. I think Trey Hendrickson is linked to anyone that wants that needs an edge. Bears were potentially looking for a running back, but after DeAndre Swift's big game, if he can do it again, I think that we're fine. We really don't need too much, though. Really, edge is the big position that the Bears need. Running back would be a second, but I think they'll have this one figured out. Kyle Monangai finally got going against the Commanders. But from a trade deadline perspective, if they make a move at anybody, it's going to be an edge. I just don't know who that'll be. And the Bears don't have the money right now, so they would have to trade someone with them. Maybe Braxton Jones, who we benched for Theo Benedict, who's been electric so far as the Bears starting left tackle. But nothing confirmed at the moment, just a lot of rumors going around.
Wondering maybe one of those guys from New Orleans. I've been seeing Cam Jordan. Granderson always feels like he's on the trade. Every year it feels like he's brought up. All right, Bass, I'll go to you. What do you think happens in this one?
So the Saints are interesting to me because they're 1-5, and I don't know whether or not to sit here and be like, is Spencer Rattler good or not? Because the Saints are 1-5, but at the same time, like he's throwing near 70% completion. He's at 65.5, 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. Like he's actually not playing that bad, but that team overall, I'm not huge on. They have an average defense, like nothing really to write home about. And the Bears are on fire. Like they won 3 in a row. And Nick, I'm pretty sure, I think I saw you retweet something about it. They're the only team to score 21 plus in each game, right?
That is correct, my friend. And they've scored in the last 12 or 13 quarters.
So they're on fire on offense. You saw what Swift did. It seems like the Commanders had no answer for him. So I think if they do get the run game going yet again, like they did this past week, I have foresee no way the Saints are going to be able to stop them. So I do have it closer than a 2-score game because I just feel like the Saints are a little bit sneaky, but not sneaky enough to like randomly pull one out here. So I have the Bears winning 27-21.
Love it, Bass. Thank you.
There we go.
One bar. You think they win too?
Yeah, I mean, Baz, you kind of nailed it. Like the Saints are just a weird team. Their record is horrible, but they've actually been pretty close with some very good teams this year. And my main question was like Spencer Rattler, like what the hell is he? Is he actually decent? This is shocking what he's doing out there. But it is the Saints. Like I would rather go in the corner over in my room over here and just stare at the corner for 3 hours and watch a Saints game. Like the Saints they're just not a fun team to watch. I don't want to watch it, Nick. I wish you the best. I'm not going to watch a single second of this thing. But the Bears have been hot. The Bears have been hot. And I think Caleb Williams is going to have time in the pocket. I think he's going to take advantage of it. And there's no reason the Bears shouldn't win. There really isn't. I got the Bears winning 27-24. I think it will be close. The Saints have kept it close. But as long as Caleb has time in the pocket, he's gonna put up some yards. I actually think he's gonna have a pretty damn good game.
I always hate watching the Saints on TV. It feels so dark. I don't like it. There's something off about that indoor stadium. All right, it's weird. Yeah, and they're trash too. But I'll say this, Nate, you're gonna hate me for this one, but I was with you last week. I think the Saints are winning this game. I think the Saints are going to win this game. They're going to get a couple wins this year. I don't expect them to go 1-16. And this feels like a good spot to do that. Y'all won 3 in a row. It's a good opportunity where you guys all said Rattlers actually played pretty good football so far this season. And what Bass said, the defense isn't great, but I think they're fairly well-rounded. They don't have a lot of weaknesses, I feel, with that team, especially with Kool-Aid really picking it up for them in the back end. Like, they're really strong back there, too. And then, like, up front, I feel like when you kind of compare O-line, D-line, like some of the issues like with Chicago, I don't love Chicago's interior. I don't love the Saints' interior, but the Saints are pretty good outside of that. And I feel like with the secondary, like the Saints have a few weapons that can be a problem still. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but the Saints have just hung around with everybody. So I get the sense Saints are going to find a way in this one. I'm going to go 2017 Saints. Nick, I'm not going to give you a chance to respond to that, but you know, but you know
You
what I mean.
can't
Like,
stop me from responding.
Go
Come
ahead.
on, you're just coming off a loss. You're just
Yeah.
jealous. That's what they all
Yeah.
say these days. That's okay. Well,
No, that's fair.
just-
I really did want to take everybody to lose. Especially this next one. We got the Packers next. No, but before we get to that, though, before we get to Packers Cardinals, real quick, Bass has got a word for us, and we're going to talk a little bit about not that one or this one.
There we are.
This one.
There we are. All right, guys. Big shout out to Sleeper, sponsor of NFC North Roundtable. Use code RTS. You'll get that $100 deposit match, although 100% up to $100. And actually, Sleeper is offering a really good promo right now. New users get a free $20 play, no deposit needed. So if you're on the fence, if you're like, hey, I don't want to deposit any money, go check it out. Link down in the description, and you get a free $20 play. Like if you're on the fence, just do it. You can make your picks for the upcoming Thursday night game. I'm looking at my phone right now, and there is a profit boost on an Aaron Rodgers more than 220.5 passing yards. And I feel like it's a lock, man. A-Rod's playing good this year. Steelers are playing good. Would you go more or less on 220.5 for Aaron Rodgers against the Bengals with their garbage defense? Right?
Over.
Right. There we go. Some A-Rod.
up.
There we go. What about you, Dose? You going less? It seems like you kind of hating on every NFC. Yeah. I was gonna say every NFC North team, but Aaron Rodgers is not NFC North anymore, is he? So, but you're just hating. You're just hating.
I'm definitely hating. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, code RTS. Get that deposit matched. Link down in the description. Get $20 in free play for new users. Shout out Sleeper.
That's fantastic. Shout out to Bass for killing that. All right, real quick. We also got to talk about RotoWire. Okay, so bear with me on this one. RotoWire, also a sponsor of Roundtable Sports, works directly with Sleeper as well. I know this gives you a lot of support with your fantasy leagues. I can use that. Actually, I gave some advice last week, though, Bass, and I was like, hey, go pick up Matthew Golden. Picked up Matthew Golden. He played him. He was his best player this past week. Told my dad, I was like, hey, man, Matthew Golden's going to roll. I didn't know he was on free agency, but he's rolling now. So maybe this continues. Maybe getting back to that Rookie of the Year talk a little bit here. Check out RotoWire, the ultimate fantasy football tool to dominate your fantasy league. You can sync your league up to RotoWire, and it will give you all the data you need to make sure you win your fantasy league this season. Link in the description to sign up for 15% discount with code RTS. So with that, we'll go to that Packers game. Is this another 1 o'clock start?
It's a 425, surprisingly.
Okay.
We've had a lot of those.
425. And it's Arizona.
Yeah.
On the road.
No. It's in Arizona.
Okay, yeah, Arizona.
Packers don't play every game in Lambeau. Actually, it's quite of a shock.
Wow, that's a big one.
See, that's I made a bad assumption there. But Arizona's been weird this season, Bass. Arizona, if you don't know what you're going to get with these guys, even though the record isn't looking great right now. What do you think we're going to get?
Well, first off, I guess it does depend on who you're playing at quarterback, right? Because Kyler Murray has that foot injury, and it seems like it could be more of a multi-week thing. Now, he was limited today, but I saw some reports come out that like it could be similar to one of those like Liz Frank injuries or whatnot, I believe. So if you don't have Kyler Murray, then you have Jacoby Brissett, but at the same time, Brissett just, led the team to 27 points against the Colts and had a close game against the really good Colts. So some people would argue that the Cardinals kind of looked better with Brissett, which is a little bit odd, but in terms of their offense, I feel like maybe you have a case to say that, considering, they tied their season high in points on offense. Outside of that, the defense overall for Arizona, I'm not really moved by. 24th overall in yards allowed, 28th in pass defense, middle of the pack and rush defense at 15th. And right now the Packers have the number one run defense in terms of yards per game allowed. And I don't really know what they're doing over there at running back. Is it going to be Bam Knight? Is it going to be Michael Carter? Who knows? Doesn't really matter in my opinion. And last week Brissett threw the ball 44 times. And if you put the ball in Jacoby Brissett's hands to win the game against a defense like the Green Bay Packers, I think the Packers are going to be able to come out on top there. I think he's not like Joe Flacco. He's not just going to quickly get rid of the ball in 1 second. I think the Packers are going to get home. They are going to get pressure on him very, very early and often, get him on the ground a couple of times, and force Jacoby Brissett to beat the Packers. Now, I will say this. The Cardinals, although they lost 3 straight, they're by a collective total of 9 points. Like all those 3 losses are very, very close games against Seattle, Tennessee, and Indianapolis, two of which winning football teams. So, it's not a game to look past. The Packers still need to game plan correctly for this game, not look past it to Pittsburgh, which we play the next Sunday night after that. But I have it a 1-score game, but I do have the Packers winning in Arizona. I have 31-24.
I will say it feels like it's time for Maserati Marv to start cooking. That's what we're waiting. That's what they
Concussion. He's got a concussion. We'll see if
never
he
mind.
plays.
He ain't gonna cook nothing. All right, y'all are winning. I mean, what are we doing at this point? I mean, what, one bar, go ahead, man. It's just ruined the whole thing. One bar, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Bazzy said, like, to me, like the Packers Cardinals is very similar to the Bears Saints. Like the Cardinals are a team that everyone just kind of looks past, but they've really kind of stuck with some of the teams they've played. And obviously, I mean, Brissett is going to be the quarterback. It's all going to be on his shoulders as far as if they win this game or not. And to me, Packers, like, the last 3 weeks haven't been great in Green Bay land from somebody outside. Like, I mean, even last week against the Bengals, they got the dub, but it wasn't pretty by any means. They should have beat them by 3 scores. So if I'm a Packers fan, which I'm going to take a shower after this just for even saying that, is like, I want some dominance. Like, go out and kick the shit out of the Cardinals. This is a game that they should go out and beat the hell out of them. This isn't a 1-score game. Like, go out and do your thing. But I think it's going to be close. I think the Packers are going to win. They should win. But I think it'll be a 1-score game. I got 24-17. But if the Packers are the team that everybody's talking up and their roster is very, very solid, go out and show it. Like, go out and show why you're up top the NFC North. These little wins aren't cutting it, man. I want to see, put your big boy pants on, Packers. Let's see what you got.
I'll take little wins all the way to the playoffs.
I can't wait to watch Jordan Love just do something crazy. I can't wait.
He only has 2 interceptions, man. It's not
but
that
they're
deep.
ugly. They're ugly.
Yeah, they are.
He needs to put his pants on.
Hey, a win's a win. Packers should win. They will win.
Well, real quick, because Chris O has a very important comment here. Shout out to Chris O with the 2-piece. Packers lost to the Browns. Packers suck. School Vikings.
He's
one bar.
Real quick, he's just got the autocorrect on to every sentence. When he clicks the period, it just runs Packers suck Skull Vikes at the end, because that's every time, man. Every time I commend the consistency there.
Chris,
hey, we appreciate it, man. All right, Nick, what do you think happens? Packers continuing to win or what?
We are the best division in football for a reason. I think that Green Bay, they're in Arizona. They're not at Lambeau. That's confirmed.
No, surprisingly, it's confirmed.
Quadruple confirmed.
Yeah.
Man, that makes it interesting.
That was interesting.
Changes things up.
He's gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. No, I got the Packers winning this one. I think that the Cardinals. No offense to the Cardinals fans, if there's any like second team fans or any Cardinals fans in the chat, but I feel like they're slowly turning into a dumpster fire, and that team just isn't going in any direction. I think the Packers have a direction. They also know they have to win this game because the North is so close right now. So they're going to be playing extra hard. I got Green Bay walking in this one, steamrolling Arizona 35-10.
What if it was in Lambeau? You got like 42-3 or something?
Lambeau, I would have 21-0.
We scored less. Gotcha.
Score less because you don't have to worry about it. And also, you're playing in a beautiful dome stadium, so the conditions are a lot easier. At Lambeau, you got to deal with a little bit more, but
just like those 2 other NFC North teams, soon to be 3 domes.
Soon to be 3, baby. Soon to be 3.
Yikes. North, we're talking about here. 3 teams in a dome. Ridiculous. Story for another time.
But
they're nice.
Shout out to funny boy Rody. Is that right?
Hey,
Funny boy Rody? All right, Nick, you can read this one.
The NFC North is the wait. You want me to say it in the voice, or do you want me to read it?
Oh, please. Voice? Yeah, do the voice.
Rody, that's a pretty good name. That's my last name in real life. All right, we have to find the comment. Lots of comments coming in. Put an FGB in the chat, maybe. What? Nope. Sorry, Bess. Anyway, the NFC North is the best division in the league, and the NFC West is nothing but frauds in that division. Wow, but a bunch of frauds. I know all about frauds. They tried getting me out, but I still got in anyway. Go ahead. Let's keep going with the show.
Well, real quick, Jody just came with the
Whoa,
Jody.
Brian Branch for president.
I'll pass.
Number 32, go Lions.
Hey,
you know what? That's actually really. I love it. I want to get a little free Brian Branch shirt. That's kind of what I'm, looking into right now. It won't make sense after this week. I'll still wear it though. I got a lot of things that don't make sense. I got a shirt that says Revenge Store from 2020. I think we won 5 games that year. I still wear it.
Is
Hey.
he suspended? Like
He got suspended for one game.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's like, yeah, man, the fine is, but I didn't even see it. I came back, seen dudes laying on the ground suspended. It's like, oh, of course. Here
Is
we
that
go.
Juju photo real?
I think it is.
AI? That's
I think
crazy.
it's-
That photo is wild, dude. I don't know what's AI anymore. I thought it was an AI picture.
Yeah, it didn't look like that deep from the video. It looked like he just hit him once or something. But like in the photo, it looks like, yo, these dudes just went at it. And like the
Yeah.
branch was okay. Anyways, that leads to Monday Night Football. Lions Bucks, man. This is a big one. 5-1. Bucks just keep winning. And they score a ton of points. They keep doing that. But they continue to get banged up at receiver. They're just finding guys. And Tez Johnson cooks this past week. He gets a big play. They know what they're doing at receiver, man. Igbuka's been fantastic this year. They just find a way just any weapon that steps in that offense makes it work. Shout out to Baker. Baker is one of the craziest quarterbacks in the league.
Dude.
Just watch how that dude plays. He does not care, man. He's just firing it. And it's awesome because I think it's a huge reason why they're able to come back all the time. He's so fearless and he's so accurate downfield too. You're like, maybe that wasn't a good decision, but he's delivering. And when it's like they need him most, he delivers in those spots. But this is the one right here for us. I mean, we got to get back on track this week, and it's NFC, so it feels like it's going to play a lot into seeding potentially down the road. I've seen the playoff odds percentages where it's like if you win 70-some %, 50% if they lose. It feels kind of weird because of how early it is in the season, but it's also heading into a bye week where not a lot of changes we can make, especially on that defensive back. We added Kendall Fuller. I just don't think it's going to look a ton different this week. Ultimately, I think we just have to score a lot more in this game, and we should, being back at home, typically that's where we score a lot of points. Tampa Bay seems like kind of the same team that they've been. There's not a lot of changes for Tampa Bay. They're kind of the same team, especially defensively, that they've been for the last few years. It all starts with Vita Vea. You got to handle that dude first, which I'm not looking forward to that because usually that's the Frank battle, and it's like, all right, that's good. We got Frank Ragnar. Well, now it's Graham Glasgow. No disrespect to Graham, but he's going to have his hands full, and I just don't know if we're going to get the same production there. So you got to deal with that guy. And then in the secondary, they've gotten some investments there that they've kind of leaned on, but they got young Jacob Parrish, a little bit younger kind of back there. Kendall Vilder. I got Kendall Vilder. Got a pick this past week. That was crazy. I didn't know you could catch a football. I didn't know that was a thing of Kendall Vilder, and he picked it off. He's with us, man. Ball's bouncing off his head and everything. I'm happy for him. Happy that he's doing his thing. And then on the offensive side for Tampa Bay, like we said, it's just everybody they place in that offense works. They're banged up on the right side. They're leaning heavy on the left side. Tristan Wirfs is an absolute dog. So I expect this to be didn't mean to do that. I expect this to be a high scoring game. I think the Lions are going to have to come out and strike quickly in this one because Baker, the game will never be over. You can be up 2 scores and it'll never feel over against these guys. So I think it'll be back and forth. Not last team has it wins because we're going to handle business. Like I'm not even worried about that. I think we're going to do better this week, especially with some of their injuries at receiver. I think it's going to help us kind of settle the waters a little bit here. But ultimately, I'm going to go 38-30. Give me the Lions on Monday Night Football. Nick, I know you agree, so I want to start with you first because I know you're a big Lions guy this week. So go ahead.
The biggest Lions guy of the week. No, I think the Lions are going to win this one. They're not going to, after that loss, that everyone's going to be like, yeah, no, we're going to chew someone's knees off. What did Campbell say? Like in his first interview, he was like going to chop someone's knees off, bite his kneecaps. Yeah, that's going to happen this game. So I got a Lions winning this one. They're going to come out swinging and they're going to make it known that they're not supposed to be in the position they wanted to beat the Chiefs. So yeah, I got a big Lions win in this one.
Has Ben Johnson not given you guys any quotes like that? Like, is there a quote like that where you're like, oh, that's
he has gotten fiery with Chicago media.
Yes.
He'll be like, please stop talking about the last game. I would like to move on to the next game, which I kind of love about him. Also, he has gotten fiery with on-field media. So I wouldn't say he's said any crazy comments like that, but that dude is locked. Like when we had a false start and he looked like he was about to like rip someone's head off and they had the camera panned on him perfectly. So he's definitely bringing that intensity, but he hasn't made any outrageous quotes. I'm waiting for it though. I'm waiting for that one that he's just like makes Campbell look like he's a Girl Scout kind of deal. Like I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for
way over the top. All right. I'm with it, man. I'm looking forward to it too. One bar. What do you think, man? Lions get back on track this week?
I just wish both these teams were at like full strength. Like this would be such a damn good game. Like injuries on both sides of the ball kind of hampers this, but it's going to be a good game. I'm expecting a lot of points. Lions coming out to get a chance to redeem themselves on prime time, and I think they do it. I'm going to be 4-0. I'm picking every NFC North team to win this week, but I see a lot of points. I got the Lions winning 34-30. 31. Baker's going to make it very interesting. I love watching that dude. I don't know. I got some weird thing with Baker Mayfield. He's just fun as hell to watch, and he's going to make it very interesting at the end. You guys are going to be crapping your pants, but you get the dub.
Hey, Nick, this is not the photo, right? This is not.
I'm not seeing any photo.
Oh, you can't see it? All right. Well, never mind. Bess, go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, so prime time. I'm excited for this one. Just like the Packers play at home every week, the Lions seemingly play prime time every week. So this is a game I will be watching, though, for sure. Again, just like you guys said, I think it's hard to root against Baker Mayfield. It's just crazy that, the Browns let him go. He's with the Panthers, which sometimes I forget about, the Rams as a backup. So it's like for him to revitalize his career like this and then be kind of in the front runner right now, in my opinion, for like MVP based on this last week, he's super fun to watch. I don't know if you guys saw that 3rd and 15 run he had last week. Absolutely insane. And he right now he's sitting at like 6.17% big time throw percentage, which is just absurd. Just for comparison, golf's 2.59.
Yeah, that wasn't necessary.
So, it's necessary just for a little comparison there. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. Detroit's banged up at cornerback, right, Dose? Like they got a lot of injuries over there. So obviously they have some injuries at wide receiver, but Tez Johnson stepped up like we saw last week. Ridiculous catch. And Tampa Bay, another thing is they're good against the run. They're the 5th in yards per game allowed. And that's obviously what the Lions want to do. They want to establish the run early and often. I think it's still going to be a shootout, though, but I do have Tampa. It is in Detroit, but I think it's still going to be a close one and a shootout. I have Tampa 38-35.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network. Catch the AFC East live every Monday at 7 p.m. and on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. The AFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. The AFC North Roundtable live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. The AFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. The NFC East Roundtable live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. The NFC West Roundtable live at 9 p.m. on Tuesday nights. The NFC North Roundtable is at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, and the NFC South Roundtable is live Tuesdays at 8 p.m. EST. And of course, fourth and forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network covering all things NFL at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. Real coverage, real fans.